the welcome back. This is the just after you've completed everything, I'd like to go through Mark Emil's instructions and make a few modifications to our score based on what he desires in a score. And they're interesting things, and they're things that we can learn. If you want to open number 3 document, which is Mark Emil's instructions for finale, I'm just going to kind of go through 3 of the important ones. I'd like for you to read through his whole list, make sure you understand what he's saying, but there's 3 that I think I'm going to hit in this briefly at the end of this assignment. Over here in our score, in our finale score, he likes for the dynamics, for the tempo marking to be on the top of each family group. And you see in our score, it's on top of all of our woodwinds, and then again down here in our strings. And we want to change that. The way you change that so it appears at other places in the score is you go to the tool that created it. We created it in the setup wizard, but it's actually an expression, and we get a box on it. See how there's the box? And then we can double click that box, and this is where it was created. See down here it says maestoso con moto. Well, we can edit the category that it is, and in the category designer we have our list of where it appears. So tempo marks appear in a defined place, and so we have a few different options, but we're going to edit the score list 1, and we can tell in the where where it's going to appear. We want to in the parts, we want the top staff of every part. That's right, so we print off all of our parts. But in the score, we want it at the top of all of our sections. So at the top staff, so it would be the flute line. It's going to be there already, and then we're going to put it in the top of the brass, and we can put it on the top of the timpani since that's percussion, and that should add it in a few more places. We come back here, we say OK, and we just close this window, and we look and we see that it is now in multiple locations in our score. That's one change that Dr. Emil likes to have. The other is he talks about brackets. You can read the document and see what he says, but basically he says that all common instruments need to be bracketed together, which would mean our 2 French horns, our 2 trombones, our 2 violins, in addition to family brackets. And so he likes the traditional family bracket, but he likes the second bracket to be different, so because he thinks it gets lost and you can't see it. So if you look here, there's a second bracket, you just can't see it. So we go to the staff tool, it's where we add and create brackets, and we can get the handles on these brackets. And I'm going to double click on this. You can click in the wrong spot, like down here, and it gets the wrong bracket. We want to get this one that's just on the 2 French horns, and we're going to double click it, and we can change it to, he likes the piano brace. And see, there's the piano brace bracing together the 2 horns. So we can go and do that for our violins also. Just double click on that handle and change that bracket. And are there any more double instruments? I believe not. So that's the brackets that he likes. And then he also talks about measure numbers, and use the measure tool here. You can command A to select everything, and you can say show measure numbers, and you can measure numbers on every window. And he goes into more the definition of how he likes his to be. You can go here, measure numbers, include measures 1 through 99, starting number, score, top staff, show on the start of staff system. You can put an enclosure around it, hide the first measure number in the region, and this is getting closer to what he likes to see. And so I'm going to zoom mine in. You see I've got a boxed measure number there, and he doesn't necessarily like it on every measure. You can change that also. Okay, so that's just a few of Dr. Emil's changes. I'd like for you to read through this document and see if you understand those, that you're prepared for when his class happens. And then email this assignment to me. It's the Mendelssohn assignment. Thank you very much.